tune using the culture matrix. I was like, okay. So I was like, so what's the culture? He's like, oh, let me play it for you. He just like plays it. I'm just like, what? So I have this tune. It's entitled What is the Issue? And I haven't like played it out, recorded it. I'm thinking about recording that pretty soon. little bird chicks. Yeah, I have like some stuff that I wrote at undergrad that I never really workshopped and like it'd be nice at some point to just workshops and tunes. Gotta change the spatial here.
Testing. All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Really, it's like 40 people in the room. Let's try this one more time. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. We'd like to welcome you here to the Dirty Dog Jazz Cafe. We have a couple of birthday acknowledgments we'd like to give out. And the first one is going out to Pam. Where's Pam at? There she is. Everybody say happy birthday to Pam. Where's Tiffany? Is Tiffany in the house? There she is. Everybody say happy birthday to Tiffany. Dorothea. Where she be? She in the house? She in the back? Everybody say happy birthday to Dorothea. All right. Well, any more birthdays in the house? No? All right. Well, let's move on to anniversaries. Marvin and Kim, where you at? Right here. Oh, they sitting at the bar with me. How many years, folks? 12-year anniversary here, folks. Happy anniversary. All right. And the next one is going out to Carnetta and William. Where you at? Uh-oh. Happy anniversary, folks. How many years? 6 years, y'all. Congratulations. Any more anniversaries in the house? Uh-oh. I seen a hand go up right here at the bar. How many years, sir? 18 years. What's your name? Jermaine and Monica? Manta. Everybody say happy anniversary to Jermaine and Manta. 12 years. Congratulations, folks. All right. All right. We got that out the way, y'all. Let's get to why you're here. Ladies and gentlemen, the Dirty Dog has prided itself for 13 years of music, and we strive for excellence here. We ask, just out of respect for the guys here that's playing the music and the guests who are here to hear the music, if we just ask you to keep your conversation down to a minimum while the band is playing. They're going to give you 1 solid hour of music, and y'all can help us close it down. Is that okay with everybody? I said, is that okay with everybody? Yeah. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to introduce the lead guy here, and I'm going to let him take over. So without any further ado, put your hands together for my main man, Diego Rivera.
Thank you very much. Dirty Dog Jazz Cafe, how we doing? Saturday night. Let's get loose, y'all. Yeah. Well, please put your hands together for Mr. Michael Reed on the drums and cymbals. Mr. Jonathon Muir-Cotton on the bass violin. And from New York City by way of Charlotte, North Carolina, how about a hand for Mr. Luther Allison on the piano? Well, that first composition is an original by myself. All compositions are original, and they got to come from somewhere. So that one came from me. And it's dedicated to a sentiment that's very prevalent and very celebrated within Chicano culture. I am Mexican-American, and I celebrate my Chicano heritage very proudly, and it permeates my music, and looking forward to sharing some of that culture musically as well as verbally tonight. So your first lesson in Chicano culture is, I believe in every sort of culture, rather, there's a word that kind of signifies acknowledgement and just an affinity and an acknowledgement of existence. In Chicano culture, that word for us is Simón. Simón. Everyone say that. See, it's starting to bubble up. Everyone say that. That's right. That's right. Just go ahead and say it. Enjoy yourselves. Pues órale, man. Can I get a ride? Simón. Of course. Yes. You know, it's like yes with enthusiasm. So that tune is appropriately entitled. You dig? So my latest project, my latest album is a tribute to indigenous cultures and indigenous music from all around the world, filtered and looked at through the lens of myself, who, you know, being a jazz musician. And we're going to start with the story of the Native American. So this next composition is the title track, and it's inspired by a lot of the experiences that I had as a young child. My parents would take me to Native American celebrations and powwows and things like that. And I was really arrested, you know, really kind of welled up emotionally by, you know, the sound of the drum. It sounded so close to the earth, and you could hear the whole floor vibrate. And then you could hear the singing that was really high-pitched, and it almost sounded like it was going right up to the heavens. And it just kind of encompassed and engulfed all the space all around it. And even at a young age, I said, man, if I ever become a musician, or when I become a musician, I'm going to try to write music that has as much presence as what I'm experiencing there. So we truly hope you enjoy this next composition, simply entitled Indigenous. Thank you very much, Indigenous. We do have copies for sale. This record is brand new, it was released at the beginning of 2021. Done pretty well. I've sold about 200 copies or so, and there's only like 8,000 or 9,000 of them left. So, for a jazz record, that's pretty good, right? If you sell one, that's pretty good. But in any event, we'd like to present some new music, keeping with the theme of indigenous cultures, especially here in the Americas, in the Western Hemisphere. So when Cortez comes over from Spain, he lands in Mexico and starts conquering and, basically colonizing Mexico. Now, there's a number of indigenous tribes all throughout what is now modern-day Mexico. Now, one of the tribes that Cortez comes into contact with is the Nahua tribe, and completely overwhelms them. The Nahua tribe can't match their technology, their knowledge of war, their sheer numbers, their brute force. They can't do it, so they surrender. And as a condition of their surrender, the Nahua tribe give Cortez and his army 10 of the women from the Nahua tribe. Now, one of these women is known as La Malinche, and she's an educated woman. Has some nobility and a person of standing within her tribe. She's actually very educated, and she's multilingual. So Cortez finds this out, and he thinks, since I'm going to be going all around Mexico, all around these lands, it would help to have somebody that speaks the language of all the other native tribes, so I can get information from them, basically to overrun them. So he takes La Malinche for himself, and she becomes part of the greeting party whenever Cortez goes out and meets all these other tribes. She in turn translates and serves as the interpreter. So La Malinche, especially in Mexican-American culture, is seen as kind of like a traitor, which is really unfair considering the type of conditions you would have to consider that she was living under. And so there's actually a term in Spanish, malinchisma, is the term that you use for somebody who willfully turns their back on their culture. So she really just gets a bad rap through all of this. You fast forward to the 1970s when you have Chicano power and this really ethnocentric awareness amongst Mexican Americans. Along with feminism, we start to look at La Malinche in a different light. We start to understand her situation and her predicament. And a lot of historical accounts come out that, she actually saved a lot of tribes by convincing Cortez not to completely overrun them, and is actually to save a lot of culture which has been infused into modern-day Mexican culture. We're able to hold on to a lot of the indigenous traditions and a lot of the indigenous food and things like that. So Malinche gets reimagined in the 1970s, and for me, it's also a little bit, it's a difficult subject, because La Malinche also gave birth to Cortez's first son. So Cortez and La Malinche, their child was the first mestizo the first person with the combination of indigenous, Indian, and European blood. So La Malinche is my ancestral mother, and the ancestral mother for all Chicanos. So it becomes this really heartbreaking story. So I think the lesson that I learned when I really got into this story is that we need to make sure that we get accurate accounts, and we have to have understanding of people's situations as they go through life. Life is hard enough to endure thousands of years under a misunderstanding. So we hope you enjoy this composition simply entitled La Malinche. Luther Allison. Thank you. You also having a good time? Very good. Speaking of ethnocentric awareness, cultural pride, and really an awakening, a consciousness. This last year, specifically the last summer, we saw some real changes in our society. Some much-needed conversations began to happen, and hopefully we'll keep those dialogues going and really just find out more about each other and our situations, our realities. Because one thing has been for sure that we found out is that everybody has their own reality. We may all inhabit the same world, but our experiences in that world are not all the same. And I think once we begin to understand that, we'll begin to understand each other a lot better. And what was really inspiring was to see the amount of young people that really drove these conversations. You know, they did it their own way. They really did it their own way. And maybe they're right. Maybe they're right. It seems we keep on having the same conversations for a number of years relating the way that we interact with one another in the world. And maybe the young people forcing these conversations, having the courage to really speak up forcefully, maybe that's the right way. Time will tell. But I'm glad to see that, that they're invigorated and energized by this sort of things, and they're aware of what's going on in their world. The more knowledge I think young people have, I think the better off that we're going to be. If they have knowledge and if you put desire, in front of them, they'll be more inclined to pick up a book or an instrument. Let's put books and instruments in their hands rather than other things that'll hurt other people. So, this is a tribute to that spirit. This is dedicated to that stretch of Pennsylvania Avenue right in front of the White House. This one's entitled BLM Plaza. Thank you very much. Thank you. That was a beautiful old standard made popular by the great Coleman Hawkins in the year 1938. And every tenor saxophonist, it's almost like a rite of passage. You have to play it. It's always near and dear to our heart. That's, of course, is the Johnny Green classic entitled Body and Soul. What's that? Do you guys want to hear something loud? After something really soft? You guys want to dance? You guys feel like dancing? Okay. So we're going to close out our evening with a number. This is one that I composed. It's dedicated to. This is the pre-Columbian, pre-colonial southwest of the United States, known to Chicanos as Aztlan. It is the promised land. It is our ancestral birthplace. It is the cradle of Aztec civilization and everything that we hold near and dear as Chicanos, as natives of this land. So we truly hope you enjoy this. It's been a pleasure performing for you. How about a hand for the fifth member of this band, the Dirty Dog Jazz Cafe. It's been an incredible week, and I can't say enough about how important it is to be able to have venues like this to play. You know, the time that we spent away from friends and family and our favorite venues, and for as musicians, you know, the time that we spent away from the bandstand, it was really like losing a family member. We consider y'all our family. This feels right up here. So thank you so much for coming out. We look forward to seeing you again. And if there's live music in your area, go out and support them because we miss y'all. We've been practicing too. So we truly hope you enjoy this latest composition entitled Aztlan. Michael Reed on the drums and cymbals. Jonathon Muir-Cotton on the bass. Luther Allison on the piano. Yours truly, Diego Rivera, saxophones. Well, it's been a pleasure spending an evening with you, sharing some music. I hope y'all heard something that you liked. I hope y'all learned something. And I hope, more than anything, that y'all felt something. Because it's about making it feel like jazz, not making it sound like jazz. So we're going to take a short break, and we're going to be back in a few months. So by then, we'll have plenty more music to share with you, plenty more information, and plenty more love. So once again, let's give it up for the Dirty Dog Jazz Cafe, the best jazz club in the world. Let's say, girls. You girls like the Dirty Dog? They are mine. So, once again, it's been a pleasure. Please get home safe. Until we see you again, we love you madly. You've been listening to the Diego Rivera Quartet. Y'all be cool. See you later. Thank you and good night.